the Los Angeles Lakers front office feels as if they're the favorites to land NBA superstar Kawhi Leonard this offseason, which would form a big three of LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Kawhi Leonard, as one of the or possibly even the greatest big three of all time. Should such a scenario happen, the Los Angeles Lakers will be heavy favorites to win next season's title, but the biggest knock that skeptics hold against them will be their inability to build a quality bench. It's true that a large portion of the top NBA free agents are already off the market, but in this video I'm going to dispel the idea that the bench would be a lost cause after a potential Kawhi Leonard signing. The Lakers would already have 4 of their 5 members of their starting lineup figured out, with a big three of Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and then Kyle Kuzma. Some may think that the Lakers have a gaping hole at their point guard position, but that will be assigned to LeBron James in a Ben Simmons Philadelphia 76ers type role. Obviously LeBron can do everything Simmons can do and more. That leaves a shooting guard to complete the starting unit, who has to be a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc. The Lakers will have a mid-level exception, and those who are optimistic hope for that player to be Danny Green, but he has plenty of teams willing to offer him a lucrative deal. So to lower their expectations, it would be a safe bet to assume Kentavious Caldwell-Pope will re-sign with the Lakers for the mid-level exception. I know how people may feel about that, but honestly there aren't much better options on the market, and KCP being a client of Clutch Sports would be a reasonable target. This would mark the completion of a starting lineup consisting of LeBron James, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Kuzma, and Anthony Davis. Off the bench, the Los Angeles Lakers have already added some veterans on the league's minimum contract in Troy Daniels and Jared Dudley, both players who provide the Lakers with some shooting from beyond the arc, something they severely lacked last season. It would be very disappointing if we saw both players play major minutes off the bench for such a star-studded roster, so ideally they would be bench warmers for a more competent second unit. With all the cap space and mid-level exceptions used, the Lakers still need more players to come in as a second unit. This is where the front office will have to get creative with their options, but the first addition should be a no-brainer. First, the Lakers must resign restricted free agent Alex Caruso for whatever he's offered and go over the salary cap. Caruso ended this past regular season strong, and has often been forgotten as one of the Lakers' past young core. He is a large combo guard who could do a little bit of everything on the floor, shoot from beyond the arc, attack the basket, shoot off the dribble, play make for his teammates, and defend multiple positions. The intensity he plays with can be contagious, especially for that of a championship caliber team, as he would more than likely serve the role as a player willing to sacrifice his body and do the dirty work. The second player the Lakers must retain would be Rajon Rondo. We have seen in the past how successful of a duo Rajon Rondo and Anthony Davis could be back in their days with the Pelicans. A lot of fans of this past season appreciate the privilege of having 2 basketball masterminds on the roster in LeBron James and Rajon Rondo. One of them was always on the floor to conduct the offensive and defensive sets, acting as an extension of the coach, and they strive to elevate their teammates with their playmaking. To have Alex Caruso and Rajon Rondo coming off the bench as 2 playmakers with different styles will give the coaching staff a lot of options with their second unit. But as far as why Rajon Rondo would take the veterans minimum, we could all agree that he was overpaid this past season, and Rondo has publicly voiced his intentions of staying under the right circumstances. He has always been a player who was all about winning, and the Lakers would be heavy favorites to win the title next season. But most importantly, there's a very low demand for a player of Rajon Rondo's skill set in today's game, and he won't be starting on any NBA team at this point in his career. That leaves 3 more players to fill out the 12-man rotation, not considering recent rookie draft pick Talen Horton-Tucker, who probably won't be seeing much minutes on a championship caliber team his first season. But to address the desperate need for more shooting, the Los Angeles Lakers should heavily consider signing former Washington Wizards player Sam Dekker. He is a 6'9" forward who could play a little bit of the 2, mostly the 3, and recently has been put out to the 4. His lethal shooting from his college days never translated to the NBA level, but his unique length makes him versatile on the floor. If there was any offense to revitalize Sam Dekker's career, it would be one consisting of a big 3 of Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, where he would have the opportunity to convert on all the open looks generated on double teams. To continue with the theme of lanky shooters, I also have the Lakers signing former Philadelphia 76er Furkan Korkmaz. He is a 6'7", 22-year-old 3-point specialist who will be entering his 3rd year in the league. This past season was his first time being a part of the regular rotation, where he took more than 60% of his shots from beyond the arc while converting on 32% of them. Not very impressive, but it's a solid foundation moving forward for a young NBA player just starting to get a grasp of the NBA game. Finally, for my final roster addition, the Lakers will need a stretch big to come off the bench for Anthony Davis. In that case, I have the Lakers signing former Clipper JaMychal Green. He is a 6'9" power forward / center who can defend multiple positions and stretch the floor beyond the arc. Ideally, the Lakers would want another large body to come off the bench like a JaVale McGee, but he has been garnering a lot of interest from teams as of late, and he'll certainly be offered a much larger contract by another team. The next defensive big would have been Joakim Noah, who we have seen somewhat resurrect his career with the Memphis Grizzlies, but I don't know how I feel about that. Obviously, being that we're talking about the Lakers, every latest buyout candidate will be tied to the organization. So names such as Kyle Korver, Andre Iguodala, J.R. Smith, and even Carmelo Anthony will be in conversation to fill up the roster. But I didn't want to include anything in this rebuild that wasn't concrete and only considered players who are already free agents. So that's my complete roster rebuild for the Los Angeles Lakers under the circumstances that they are able to sign Kawhi Leonard. That would make a rotation of LeBron James, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Kuzma, and Anthony Davis, with Rajon Rondo, Alex Caruso, Sam Dekker, Furkan Korkmaz, and JaMychal Green coming off the bench. Bench warmers would include the names like Troy Daniels, Jared Dudley, and maybe even a Joakim Noah, but let me know in the comments what your roster build would be for the Lakers if they sign Kawhi Leonard. It's not an easy task considering the options that are left in the market. But that's it for the video, take it easy guys.